Self-determination and tribal sovereignty, huge components of the Indian Child Welfare Act. When we talk about our tribal sovereignty, we talk about that relationship from government to government. What does that look like in your community?
According to Article 3 of the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples have the rights to self-determination, which is to freely determine who members of tribal communities and nations are. This is a supporting piece of legislation at an international level. With tribal sovereignty and self-determination, being able to choose who our nation's members are is a key aspect. Our youth being involved and having the right to be a part of their tribal nation is super important.
It may look different, but we know that we have an understanding of relationships from government to government, agency to agency. I like to use the example of self-determination of a tribal ID.
I'm from the Rosebud Sioux tribe, so I have my tribal identity. It's very important to me. My mom got us enrolled when we were babies.
I didn't get my first tribal ID until I was 21, 3 years after the foster care system.
I think it's a great exercise of our self-determination and tribal sovereignty, especially when we utilize things like our tribal IDs.
And what it means to me is sovereignty. It was able to be proud of who I am and where I am. And I am a citizen of the United States of America, but I am a citizen of the tribe. You know, I belong to the tribe. I belong to something. And that's what really makes me feel proud that I can show this, that I have a identity to this tribe.
Tribal IDs are important for self-determination and tribal sovereignty. I go to the airport, I use my tribal ID. That is me as a self-determined citizen of the Oglala Sioux tribe, being aware and proud of who I am and where I'm from. So I use it anywhere and everywhere I go.
When our families are harmed and disrupted, our relationship to the land and our own cultures is also affected. We have to remember that these issues are not separated but interconnected.